there guys, thanks for joining us on another Kickstarter preview. Today we're doing Into the Black Boarding Party. This is designed by James Campbell. I think this is his first game. This is up on Kickstarter at the moment, and it's the company's called I Will Never Grow Up Games. So as I said, this is a Kickstarter preview, so this is obviously just a prototype copy with all prototype components, etc. And even some of the rules may be, let's call them prototype, as they may change during the campaign, etc. With me, I have Carla and Dave and myself, Jason, and we're going to show you a little bit of how this works. So first of all, we're going to go through some of the rules and some of the basic components and stuff, so we can get through that, and then we'll come back to you with some gameplay. So you'll see us playing through a few turns, so we can show you how the game flows, and then we'll come back to you at the end of the video when we finish the game, and we can tell you if we were successful or not. Alright, so this is a cooperative sort of Dungeon Bash style game. We're playing space pirates out in the black, and we're boarding a ship. This is the ship right here, so you can see this is the airlock. Our ship is probably out here somewhere, and we're going to be boarding in through this part here. There's a deck of primary mission cards. So we randomly chose one. In this particular game, we're going to be doing Take the Bridge. So we're doing the standard rules, which is just discover the bridge and defeat the bridge crew. But you can have different levels of easy, hard, and insane as well. And then each of us also gets a personal goal. So you get two and you choose one. This is my one. Now the interesting thing about this, if you're familiar, say, with Dead of Winter sort of thing, this is a cooperative game. We're working together, and we're trying to complete the primary objective. That is the main goal. But if we complete that, but you don't complete your personal goal, you don't win. Everyone else might win if they've completed their goals, but you will lose. So you need to focus on your personal goal and help the team complete their primary goal. So that's the major thing of the game. That's how we win, is when we complete those two objectives. How we lose, however, is based on a couple of things. This right here is the apprehension track. This is basically a time limit. So it starts off at 1. When it reaches 24 with the... What was this guy called? The Jolly Roger. Yeah, so this is the time track, basically, apprehension track. Every turn, this will move up 1. When this reaches 24, we lose. At turn 5, the security is aware of us as we're sneaking in at the moment. Then more security will come to stop us. At space 10, the morale track will go down. I'll get to the morale track in a second. At space 15, this is the all is lost. We can exchange our primary goal if we think we're not going to achieve it. Oh my god.
Achieve it.
Achieve, yeah.
Achieve or obtain. New word, people. Achieve it.
That's right. This is when you're trying to do both at once. This is the morale track. We start on space 3. If the morale ever reach 0, we lose, as we're our morale is broken and we just flee back to our ship. As the morale goes up, we get better benefits. So, for example, if level 4, we get +1 move. Level 5, we get +1 move, +1 attack die, and so on. So, those are two important tracks to keep track of while we're playing. There's one other way we can lose as well. Each one of us is given a character. So, I'm the gunner. Dave is the quartermaster, and Carla is the sailing master. So that's 3 of the characters we've chosen. There's another 4 randomly dealt out in a face-down deck. Actually, there's 5 here, sorry, because there's 8 altogether. When one of our characters dies, he's removed from the game, and then we take another one from that face-down deck. When there are no more characters to take from that deck, then we are broken and we flee as well. So those are, I believe. There's also there's a deck in the personal goals. There's a traitor card as well. We're not playing with the traitor in this game, but if you were playing with the traitor, if the traitor achieves his goal, then we lose as well. So there's lots of ways to lose, only one way to win, and that's take the bridge in this particular case. Right. So that's that. Now let's go on to some of the mechanics of the game. To begin with, we all start here in the airlock. These are our meeples. And then we start off with the corridors, with 3 spaces of corridors, and then these represent the rooms going out. So we've got 2 normal rooms and a special room. The special room has 2 guards outside the door. So we have a bag of meeples here. We'll draw out meeples for the security every time they're acquired. And these are the type of ones we got. So we've got crew members, defense bots, and security officers. And occasionally we'll have an epic encounter. We also get some loot and some weapons and stuff randomly determined from these piles. So as you can see over there, we've got gear and valuables. And that might depend. I mean, you can see over here, I'm going to hold my... This is what's telling me, so you can see where I would normally want to go search. So on your turn, the person with the highest leadership, which would be Carla, I think? Or is it no, Dave? Dave.
Me.
Dave's got leadership 9, Carl's got leadership 8, and I've got leadership 4, so I'm a bit of a simpleton. We go in that order every turn. So you can spend reputation, which are these little purple cubes, if you want to steal the initiative, which means is if you want to go first rather than someone else. And then you do your actions. You can do 2 actions on your turn, and that can be move, search, equip items, trade items, utilize items or player actions, etc, etc. You'll see that during the gameplay turn, how that flows better. And then once every one of us 3 have had our actions, the bots will get to go then. So there's a special maintenance phase, which I'll again go through when I'm doing the gameplay turn. But we get to reveal new corridors. We roll on a table to see what the defenders will do. If we're past turn 5, we get more defenders added. And then if we're at any point, we're on the same square as defenders, then we do combat. And that's pretty much it. We keep going through, exploring the ship, exploring the rooms and searching, finding loot, finding items, until we complete our objective. And that's that. We've got some special dice for combat. They're D6, but they have different. That's a surge, and then that's a normal. So this is a critical hit, and that's a normal hit, and they count pretty much successes for anything. And that's it. You think of anything else, Carla?
Not offhand.
So yeah, that's the basic rules. Let's get on to gameplay. We'll start off the game, play a few rounds. You get what I'm saying.
We'll have a few turns.
Yeah, we'll have a few turns, and then we'll come back to you and show you how the game plays. Alright, see you in a second. Alright folks, this is the gameplay turn. We're basically at the end of turn 3, so we're about to start turn 4 now. Although I'll get to what the apprehension track happens. Right, so a couple of turns in, we've moved along here. We found an escape pod over there, a storage locker, a supply bay, and a power plant. Dave's got himself locked into the power plant by a force field, which moved up the apprehension track. So the apprehension track is now on turn 4, when we are only about to start turn 4. So we're basically, our sneaky tactics are not going to work. This is how the exploration has gone so far. And I think that's just about it to tell you.
No, it's not.
I've killed... Oh, yeah. Yes.
You forgot the big thing to tell you.
This guy lying down over here, he's a wounded security bot. Or defense bot. Because Dave went in there with his quartermaster. And you can see the graveyard there. The quartermaster is dead. As Dave went in there with his jetpack and invisibility cloak. All set up, looking smart. Fought off a couple of guys. And then got killed by this guy. Unbelievable rolling. It was hilarious. Dave rolled blank after blank after blank, and this guy just poked him in the face repeatedly until he fell over.
On the first turn.
On the first turn, yes.
Dave took out the hard characters, no problem, but the security bot took him down.
Yeah. So that was quite interesting. When we explored a little more, see these rooms with the eyes. They come with 2 security bots or random security personnel in the corridor in front of it. So there was one here and one there. And then when we rolled to see what the wandering defenders do, they all moved as a group into this room. So we're like, well, screw that, we'll just ignore that room for now. And then Dave went into here, got locked in with this force field, moved the apprehension track up. I then had to come over there, use one of my actions to search to try and unlock the door. And then in his turn, he's going to have to do it a second time, or Carla's going to have to do it a second time.
It has to be Carl, because it has to be outside the room.
To get him out, or unlock the door for that matter, and then he can search for stuff in there. So that's where we're at the end of that turn 3. We're going to go start turn 4 now, which we'll be starting with Carla as the lead character because the quartermaster is dead. So Dave's got the new character, which is...
The Navigator.
Yeah, so he's leadership 6. Alright, Carla, what are you going to do? You've got 2 actions.
So I can't do the action that I wanted to for now.
You could just leave me in there for the rest of the game. I will point that out.
No, that's not exactly fair. I mean, we are supposed to be team working here. So 1, 2...
Well, I'm right there. I could... oh, actually, I got off him. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. So at this point, I'm happy to just push it. Although, aren't those guys going to come swarm us in a minute?
They might. Depends what we roll
So-
on the...
I think we all just get into a huddle in that room and
Man,
brace
I
for it.
really... Okay. Right, okay. Well, I think...
It's all right, man. I got them. Don't worry about it.
I don't believe you.
All right,
Fine,
so...
I will search. I will attempt to search.
So basically, what she's using a search
Fucking
action, but she's basically unlocking the door for Dave because I've done one and she's going to do the second one. All you need is one success, and that's a successful search, which means the force field has been deactivated, and now Dave is free to do what he needs to do. So that was Carla's 2 actions. He's moved and searched.
Right, well, I'm going to do what I went in that room to do, I think, first. Because I think getting ready to brace outside that room...
So greedy, isn't he? I mean, we spent our actions getting him out of the room.
died. On your advice. Go into the room, they're not that hard. So, I've got...
Are you doing a search action?
I am. So naturally I've got 2 orange, 1 red, but I picked up a scanner as my new starting equipment, which allows me to have a white dice as well. Which isn't that good, it's only got 1 face, but...
1 extra regardless.
Exactly. So
just to show you guys, down in the corner here, if it will focus in, come on, focus. It shows you that in this room you can search for gear and valuables, and it also, because it's a power plant, it has a special ability, which says when looting this room, return, and you can do it only once, any collectibles that are not fuel, and then you can redraw back up to 3 cards. So how many cards you got in your hand, Dave?
I have got 2 in my hand.
So you could discard one of them now as a looting action to draw 3 cards.
How many cards do I draw normally though for my search? I can't remember.
If you're for search, you normally draw 3 and choose 1. Whereas with the power plant, as long as you're not discarding fuel, you'll just get 3 cards. But it's 3 random ones, obviously.
I will discard the food. I think that sounds better at this point of the game. And I will take... Does it have to be 3 from the same deck? Or?
No, it doesn't have to be. At least I don't think so.
I'm going to take 2 valuables and 1 gear. See if I can find some armour.
Yeah, armor is very important.
No, but I did find a chain gun.
Woohoo!
That's an action to equip, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? In that case, it's over here then for the time being. Yeah, I'm not going to be that crew. I will move out and be ready to brace with Carla for the onslaught of little men.
Oh. I'm going to go into that room. I'm going to take it to them. Charge! In I go.
And here I thought you were going to go search.
So let's see. Oh, actually, I forgot. There might be a lot of events and crap in
Yeah,
that
there's
room.
2 actions to go. Sorry, 2 events to go.
Alright, so just show up to the camera quickly. A little yellow triangle, which... come down towards me. There we go. That yellow triangle says that you take an event, and obviously the 2 means you do it twice.
And you can search for gear.
What sort of room is it? An engine
It's
room.
engine room. Which makes
Oh,
sense.
for the goodness sakes, I just locked myself in there with it. So I found a blast door. Expend 2 actions to pass through a blast door. Your movement rate ends immediately after passing through the door. Or you could discard this if you have discard an explosive loot card to remove this event. I don't have an explosive loot card, so I'm just gonna...
It's a little cross, yeah. It's not a health sign, it's a cross.
So that goes there. That means there's a blast door over there. So I'm, in the immortal words of Rorschach, they're not locked in there. I'm not locked in there with them. They're locked in there with me. And the second one was no event. Wicked. All right. So that was my first action, was to move in there. When you move into a same square as enemies, your actions basically end because you can't do anything else. And the combat doesn't take place now. So that's all 3 of us done actions. Now we go to the maintenance phase. So this is where you expand the ship. So if you wouldn't mind, Dave, just adding these corridor tiles onto the end there. So you do 3 new corridor tiles.
Always, even though we're not close to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can alter them anyway we like orientate them anyway. There's a room going there next to the white door. Don't look at it.
Maybe.
And then a second corridor tile. Oh, 2 rooms to that one. Although the one, yeah, you can do it like that. That just means there's 2 entrances to that room. And then another room on the end there.
Of course, if we want to get more rooms into it, it might be worth...
Well, rooms is actually quite bad. At the end of this turn, so once the turn 5 is finished, on the Wandering Defenders section, you get one new defender in front of each unsearched room. So that's not.
But then at the same time, we want to reveal as many rooms so we can
find
get to the
bridge.
Yeah.
So there's a 3rd corridor.
Let's put that one over there.
I think you might have to put it over there.
Oh yeah,
door.
there's a door. So.
Another room. There we go. So that's placing new tiles. Now we would roll to see what the enemy defenders do. So if Dave would be so kind as to roll a d6.
Are they going to do anything apart from punch you in the face?
Well, there's one guy over there that can still wander around.
Okay. He's
So
going to
4,
leave
yeah.
the room.
So on a result of a 3 or 4, the group enters or exits the nearest room they occupy. And then if there's multiple rooms, you can choose. So he just exits the room and goes, ah, enemies!
It's a droid.
Oh yeah. No, enemies! Alright, then this is if it was after turn 5, we would now place new enemy defenders in front of the rooms, but it's not. So now we go on to increase the apprehension track. So now it goes on to turn space 5, if you like. And that is the end of the maintenance phase. Now we do the combat phase. So it's
Been
just
nice knowing you.
me and the boys. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play a stun grenade. So just to show you guys. So I take this card into my hand if I pick it up. But during a fight, I can discard this. Everyone in the room bar me is stunned for a turn, which means they don't get any actions. So any dudes I don't kill won't get to punch me in the face repeatedly. And then...
So that's why you were so keen to go in there.
Yeah, I forgot I had that. On the top there is my combat action. So I can roll a yellow, 2 oranges and a red. I have a passive ability which is deadly, which allows me, if I get 2 critical hits, I can then target other dudes in the room as well. But I'm going to be using a mastercrafted pistol, which means I can reroll all my dice or change one of my normal hits into a critical. So that's quite a nice little combination there. And then obviously I have reputation, which I can use to expend as well. So let's go for it. I got the highest leadership, by the way, of 4 in that room. The other guys have leadership 2 and 3. So I'll go first. Oh, that's not bad. So I got a miss, 2 normal hits. Oh, by the way, I'm targeting one of the grey guys. And a critical. So I'm going to use my mastercrafted pistol to change one of these to a critical. So now I've got 2 criticals. So that's 3 damage, killing this guy, because he's only got 2 health. And then I do 1 damage, because of my deadly ability, I do 1 damage to everyone else in the room. The white crew members, they only have 1 health each, so they're both dead. And the grey guy goes down on his ass. Now, that's how you take care of business, boys. So, now that I've done my attack action, the enemies get to attack me back. But obviously I've played my stun grenade, so they can't fight back. So then it goes back to me, and we keep going back and forth until the room is cleared, either of my body or their bodies. So I'm going to roll again, and he's dead. Alright, I've killed a group of enemy defenders. It doesn't matter how big the group is. It could be 1, could be 4. Oh, actually, I did forget something there, which I'll tell you guys in a second. But it doesn't really matter. When you kill a group of enemy defenders, the morale goes up. So I've just pushed our morale up to space 4, which you can see. Have a look over there.
Which allows us a +1 move.
The thing I did actually do wrong there now. When you kill more than half the enemies, there were 4 guys there. When I murdered all 3 of them in the beginning, the 4th one would run away.
But he's stunned, so would he?
And also because of the blast doors, I'm not sure if he can leave. So
Yeah.
I just decided I'm going to kill him anyway. So there we go. I am a bad MF. Right. That's an end of a round. So we go on to the next round.
Okay.
Starting with
Me.
you.
I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am, for my first action, going to equip
Right, just to point out to you guys that this is the end of this round, more defenders will be coming, so we
That's
should...
why I'm equipping.
Oh, I forgot, Dave. Can you just draw out 2 dudes and put it in front there? Because of the
Yep.
speciality room.
Right, so I've equipped a flamethrower.
Oh, nice.
So that applies 1 damage token to all untargeted enemies in the same tile.
So it's kind of like my
On any
ability.
successful rolls, yeah. So successful rolls will mean I damage. So that's my first action. My second action will be move. So I guess I will go. I don't know if I should do this though. I think so. 1, 2, 3.
So you move in 3, yeah, babe?
Yeah, but we get +1 because of the morale, and I have an option to +1 because of my special ability, which I've decided not to do.
So you get 2 events in that room.
The crew quarters. So let's have a look at what the first event is. The first event is Hollow News Bulletin. A new bulletin flashes over the nearby vid screen. Your exploits have become legend. The player who reveals this event gains 2 reputation and may ignore any subsequent event cards in this room. Or others gain 1 reputation. Reputation gained from this event may exceed the maximum limit.
So the maximum limit is 5, I believe.
Okay, so
And obviously you can use reputation for various things. So for example, you can use it for re-rolling a single die. When you're searching, you can spend a reputation to take a second loot card out of the 3 you look at. If you don't like the 3 you found, you can spend a reputation to redraw all the loot cards. You can retreat without using an action from a combat section. But if you do that, we lose 1 morale. You can also prevent 1 damage with reputation, Dave. And you can exit the room without resolving immediate effects of an event, but that obviously also does -1 morale, I think.
well, which is another thing that he could have done.
Well, you know.
Okay. Well, I can. I've still got a second event, although I have a choice to ignore it, thanks to this Hollow News Bulletin. Biohazard.
That doesn't sound good.
No, I'll read it anyway. You have encountered an alien biohazardous material. Immediately receive 1 damage token. I think not. No, thank you.
All right. So that's both. Is that both your actions?
Well, I equipped and I moved.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So that is me.
So Dave, you're next.
So we're getting +1 movement, aren't we?
Yes.
So I'm normally movement 4, so I'm movement 5. So can I get into any rooms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Is the answer. Well, like Carla, I'm going to equip a weapon, so I'm going to equip my chain gun, which allows me to roll extra red dice.
That's pretty good.
Especially when I combine it with me electro baton, which allows me an extra attack. And
My turn is going to be a lot less eventful.
I'm going to go. Then again, I can't. Shall I do that or not? I won't equip me chain gun. I will actually go and finish off the droid that killed off my previous character. So I get an extra attack.
No, you don't do combat now.
Oh yeah.
So you can equip that gun, because that's your first action to equip the gun.
Oh, yeah.
Second action to move into combat
Yeah,
with it.
okay. I'm not used to the attack being not an action.
No, yeah, same, yeah.
It seems a little bit unusual.
Alright, so that's your 2 actions. My action, because I'm in a friggin' room with a blast door, I don't have explosives. I have to spend both my actions just to pass through the friggin' door. So I just go boop. Actually, do I want to do that yet, or do I want to
But
search?
isn't that a good thing? Because if you're standing there, they don't spawn there.
They can't spawn there anyway, because it's a search room.
It's only the unsearched.
Yeah.
Oh, of
That's
course.
why I was trying to work out if I could get into a room.
But if I do stay there, then I could search in that room. I could search twice as well. But then that means the next turn I'll have to spend
Getting out of
yeah,
there.
both my actions.
Do half and half then.
I can't.
No,
you
you
need to
can't.
spend both
2
actions
actions.
to break through the door.
Yeah, so you spend 1 action this turn and search, and next turn spend 1 action and move.
No, I don't think you can do that.
I think it takes basically double effort.
Okay.
So
You know what? Sort of. I'm gonna be a team player, and I'm just gonna jump out. Because don't forget, folks, we got our personal goals here that we need to obtain as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that is the end of our activations. Now we go on to place new tiles for the board. So we place 3 new corridor tiles. There's one, Dave.
That's not good. Give us a room.
Oh, a room.
I think it's good to get rooms out of the way. I mean, no matter what
Second
we
one.
do, we're gonna need them.
Oh, that one's got 2 rooms.
And I can't place it.
It's fine. If you can place it like in this situation, you place it like that, and that room is obviously just negated.
Okay.
And there's another room there.
And the last corridor.
Another room. So there's a lot of rooms. What's interesting as well, like when you kill the security, like for example in this game, these are the ones I've killed so far. You can trade in 5 back to the bag for a reputation, but the bag only has so many meeples in you. I don't know exactly how many meeples are in you, but there's going to be a lot that spawns now. If we kill them all and there's no more meeples in the bag, and we don't want to return meeples to the bag, we will literally run out of meeples. And the designer, I spoke to the designer about it, and he was saying that that's done on purpose to represent the fact that we've actually just murdered everyone in the ship. So we're pretty badass. Right, so that was adding new corridors and placing new rooms. So now we move enemy defenders. There's 2 guys there that can move, so roll the dice to see what they do.
1.
A 1. On a result of a 1 or 2, the group moved 2 tiles directly away from the nearest player meeple on a corridor tile.
So that's.
Yeah, I would say.
I just feel like if they move there, they're moving closer towards others. So
Would it not be just straight back into a room?
I don't think
No,
they
they
go
stay in the
into
corridors,
rooms in the
yeah.
corridors.
Oh, is it?
So
So yeah,
I
it
would
would be
say.
there then.
Okay. So that's. Now we place new enemy defenders. And
I was doing that last time when we played. That's why
so we place 1 new defender in front of each.
every door. So this
door.
one will get 2.
Oh crap! Yeah, and there's one that gets added to those 2 guys that run away.
Yeah.
Oh no, because it's the same
'cause
room.
It's not,
So, yeah.
They're not in front of a room.
They are, but
Yeah.
it's the same room.
No.
So, yeah, there's one
sorry.
there.
Where I'm standing, you can't see the white.
One there. One there.
Yeah, fellas, I think we've told the people that we're here. Just made a noise.
You could say
Everybody
that.
came out of their rooms.
Yeah. What the hell is going on down the other side of the ship? Nothing to see here. Move along.
It's fire.
This is clearly crew quarters because
Yes.
it's all the.
Wow, that might have been bad. Maybe we should have. Anyway, so now that's placed new enemy defenders. So now we move the apprehension track up. So on turn 6. Remember, if it reaches 24, it's kaput for us.
Game over, man.
That's right. And then we go into combat. So the only combat is Dave kicking that poor puppy on the floor.
Right, so I need 2 yellow dice, 1 orange dice.
Is that not a red?
No, it's orange because it's the same as that. But I do get a red dice.
Because of his
With my
chainsaw.
chain gun. And I get an extra attack because of my electro baton.
Alright. So,
If this doesn't die, I'm giving up this game and going home.
yeah, he's proper dead. Right, so you can have that. And our morale track goes up. So we're at max morale at the moment.
So at the moment we get a +1 movement, plus attack, 1 attack die, a yellow one.
Nice.
Wow, we're really rocking and rolling now.
Yeah.
We need to with all those defenders out there.
That's alright, I'm a double-eyed bastard now.
Okay, so that is the end of the round again. So now we go back to the beginning. Carla, what are you doing?
Huh.
Well, I think you guys get the general idea. Or should we, what do you think? Should we form another round?
Yeah, no, because the interesting stuff's happening
Yeah.
now.
Alright, go for it.
Okay, so what do you guys think? I guess maybe circle that way around? I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of shit going
Yeah,
on
maybe
here.
just go for the individuals.
But then I do have the flamethrower, so I wonder if...
Either or, because me with my 4 attack and getting an extra attack before them, I'm quite hard to take on the group of 3 as well. But you have got morale.
1, 2, 3, 4. I want to get into a room, so I wonder...
Ben,
It doesn't look like it doesn't matter which way around I do it. I think... Oh, I can't move through them, can I?
No,
No.
once you enter space with them, it's end of actions for you.
Man, that's just annoying. Okay,
so it's basically pick one of the groups.
yeah, the
For
problem
all of
is I
us.
have no support. I wonder if I should...
Well, combat's not done to the very
You know
end.
what? Stuff it. I'm going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go.
Carla going for the bad boys. 2 security officers and a crew member. Okay, Dave, what are you doing? Can you make it to that white one at the end of the corridor?
I'm movement 5 now, I believe.
Jesus.
plus 1
Why am
move.
I even asking? Where do you want to go, Dave?
And I've got 2 actions.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll use both my actions and go for the group of 2.
Okay.
I think you should go for the black one.
I didn't use my second action, did I?
You
No,
can't,
you just ran.
Once
You
you're
just
in
ran.
there.
But you could have searched first, actually, and then run.
Can I do that?
Yeah, go for it, go for it. So your
Can I have
search is
another yellow?
2 yellows and a red, is it? Or 2 yellows and an orange?
2 yellows and an orange.
That's a successful search.
So
So you choose 3 cards and you can choose a mixture.
It's
She's over there, down there.
it's anything over, isn't it?
And then of course you can keep 1. You can also spend a reputation to keep 2 if you want to.
well, I have so much.
I know.
No, you know what? It's fine. I'm happy with this. Does it just go
yeah,
into the discard?
yeah, just discard them. So
So
they're in there.
that is valuables. And that is valuables. The irony.
Okay, so then you move there. Then Dave did his 2 movements, or movement, and my turn. I'm only movement 2 normally, plus 1 now for the morale being so good. So I'm only movement 3.
I think the hardest man.
Yeah, I was thinking of him as well. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then
Second action.
boom.
Okay.
Look at us clearing out the ship.
Are you moving 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's
you're
moving
moving
2. He's moving 3.
Wow, you are slow.
He does have like a million guns attached to him.
To be
being...
fair, yeah. So
Because I'm the gunner. Alright, so that is all our actions done.
you can't do that. By the way,
Nathan thought that was funny. Why?
because you just walk through a wall.
Oh, that's a very good point.
Oh,
I'll just phase through this wall. You can go. Wait, so 1, 2,
I was over there, I think.
and you're using both your actions. So you're
Yeah.
gonna go 1, 2, 3 because you get plus 1 movement. 1, 2.
You want me to go help you? Oh, no,
Well,
Dave.
why not?
Do you need it? Because I think
No,
killing more of the
particularly,
groups down. Just better off just taking away.
Fine, go that way.
Fine.
Which way am I going?
Just, I can only go to there
Yeah.
because I can't go through them.
Yeah, sorry.
It just allows us to kill more guys and then potentially explore more rooms next turn.
I'm fine with that.
All right, well, we do it's now the end of, so we're on maintenance phase now, so new corridors.
Okay, so that fits nicely there. Let's have a room, please, Jason.
There you go. Basically, with the thing of the rooms, I never mentioned this. What we're trying to do is obviously our primary mission is to find the bridge. There, in these rooms, there are 3 command center tiles. Once the 3rd command center tile has been found, we replace it with a bridge. So there's a second
Corridor,
one.
no rooms for this one.
That's good.
Called Crossroads, though. I don't really know
No,
where to put
here.
it.
And,
Yeah, let's put it there.
I mean, you can put it over there. I just.
And then one more.
Corridor. Yeah, it's just a corridor, so let's put that one there as well.
All right. So now we move enemy defenders. So roll the dice, see what they do.
4,
So
so they
they're
all
moving-
go into the rooms.
The ones that are not engaged. That's not terrible.
No.
And then we add new defenders to the rooms that haven't been searched. Oh shit.
That's
that
why they
every
moved
turn
into
now?
the rooms.
Yeah.
They've gone to tell their friends.
I just realized that maybe I should have gone to you, Carla, because you're gonna get 2 new ones there now, or 1 new one.
No, but wasn't there something about if I'm in the space?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they don't get added. What? Okay, yeah. So you don't add new more enemies to places that we're already in. So we've added enemies there, and there. Obviously not those ones. And now we go. So that was place new enemy defenders. We remove the apprehension track. So it's getting closer and closer to time for us to get away. And then we go to combat. So starting with the highest leadership, which is Carlo. You're going to start burning some security officers.
Well, I just do combat, and what
Just
does it
to show
say?
you guys.
Untargeted enemies.
This is the black ones. I've got 4 leadership, 2 health, and that's what they roll in combat. And that shows you how many of them there are. So there's 10 in the bag, 10 of those, and 15 of those.
Okay. Right, so my I need 2 orange and a red.
Don't forget you get an extra yellow
Yeah.
because we're mass morale. We're loving the destruction of these innocent humans.
Okay, so because I've successfully hit, that means the flamethrower comes into effect. Sorry, I did target the black dude because, you know, what are they called?
Security officer.
Security officers. Okay. So in terms of that, I'm pretty sure I pulverized that security officer.
Yep.
What's the difference between the criticals and the?
Criticals basically count as 2 wounds and a normal counts as 1.
But it's only at the focus.
Yeah,
character.
who you're targeting.
So they are 1 life, and these are what, 3?
2.
2. Okay, so this one gets hit by the flamethrower. That one gets hit by 1 of the flamethrower, but I'm assuming he runs.
Yeah, he runs away. Because there's 3 of them, you've killed more than half, which is 2. So the other one will flee. And to order it to retreat from combat, that's them. So he just runs away 2 spaces away from you.
So 1, 2.
Okay.
And you didn't defeat. I can't remember now the morale thing, but we can't get any more morale anyway. When you defeat a whole group, you get extra morale.
Yeah, well, we're at our max at the moment.
So now it goes on to you, Dave,
So I get 2 yellows
to kill some crew members.
and an orange and a red from a chain grunt, and I get 2 attacks before he does.
Did you take into account his yellow?
Nope, I get another yellow. Man, I'm going to murder the rest of these.
I won't even. I should.
Or not.
I was going to say, don't jinx yourself, Dave.
I get 2 attacks, so
That's
actually,
enough.
Oh no, that's
That's enough
yeah,
to
he's
kill
dead.
one.
he's dead.
You don't have a way of punching a second guy, do you?
No, I just
So he's
roll
gonna.
lots of dice.
He's gonna
He's
hit
gonna-
you now first.
He's gonna hit you back.
Do I
which
not
is-
get my extra attack first?
Oh, yeah, I think so. You do.
Oh, is that a separate attack?
I
It's a
get
baton.
1 extra attack action per turn.
Oh,
So yeah, you will do. Yeah.
yeah.
And I just killed him. I apparently roll lots of dice, but don't hit with
This is why
Very
the
many.
dude died in the first place. And then mine is very simple. I get a red, 2 yellows, not 2 yellows, 1 yellow and 2 oranges.
Did you take into account the other this yellow?
No, so
So it
the
is
yellow, and I kill him.
Woo.
Bosh. So again, we should be getting extra morale, but the morale track is at its max, so that doesn't really matter. And that is the end of combat, and the end of another round. So you get the general. I think you guys get the general gist of what we're trying to do here now. We're trying to find those command centers. We've got a stack of rooms left that could be in. When you set up the room stack, 2 of the command centers go halfway down, and the last one goes into the bottom pile. So you have to get through quite a few of them. So a lot of searching is involved because you only have 24 turns to search through as much as you can. I mean, we're running pretty low on meeples. There's still about maybe another 15 left in the bag, so we're racing through them pretty quickly. Once we kill all of them, then we don't have to worry too much about combat. Then it's just running around trying to find those bloody rooms.
But within the tracker, because of course we're not doing badly, but we are starting to run out of time.
Yeah, and there was obviously events that pushed up the tracker as well.
And events that affect those rooms. I mean, it's not as clear. Okay, so we don't have that many people, but there are things like plasma leaks and
Yeah.
all sorts of things that
And then-
will affect.
Let's not forget you have your personal goal as well, and if you don't complete that, you can't win. I mean, like the 3 of us. So let's say we take the bridge, we defeat it, we take it, but Carla and Dave have completed their personal goals, and I haven't completed mine. I won't win. They will win without me. So I need to think about that as well. So there's a lot more still to think about and do. We will play through the end of this now quickly and get back to you when we're done, so we can show you what it looks like and see how we did. We might actually end up losing. You never know. So we'll be back. All right, so we've finished off the game. Well, we'll get to what happened. I just want to give you a quick recap of some of the stuff, the highlights that happened. Obviously, we searched off. We've massacred most of the populace on this section of the ship. What was interesting is we came up across an event that allowed us to change our goal. And because we haven't found any of the command centers yet, we decided to do it, which we got disable the vessel. Ironically, we were coming up on the apprehension track. We were coming up to the point where you can actually change your goal anyway. But we didn't. We did it much earlier. So we changed this one to disable the vessel, which was randomly drawn. We needed to discover both the power plant and the engine room. What a surprise! They were way early in the game. They were right opposite each other in the beginning of where we came in. So clearly that was the whole point of this mission from the get-go.
We just got distracted and wandered off.
Yeah. And what happened was we needed 2 separate players to play 2 explosives there and 2 explosives there, and that will sort that. So what happened was we needed to find explosives and proper quick. So I went around butchering the populace on display. Look at this pile of trophies. While the other 2 found the bombs, and they went there and planted the bombs, blew it up, and we finished the game. So now we can check. We've completed our primary goal. Now we can check to see if everyone's completed their personal goals. So what was your personal goal, Carla?
Apparently I was starvation. So you are just so hungry. You don't care about taking over some petty ship so much as finding a good meal. So I needed to discover the galley, and I'd have to have at least 2 food rations from the loot cards in hand at the end of the game.
And do you?
I do. So there's 1. There's 2.
That must be gutted when Dave ditched both those 2 food
Seriously,
cards.
you should have seen how many he's ditched. It's ridiculous. It's like
There's a reason behind that.
1,
What's going
2, 3, 4,
So
5. I was like, oh my gosh, there's going to be nothing left.
So Carla has won. She succeeded her personal goal, and we've completed the primary goal. So well done, Carla. How about you, Dave? Have you completed your personal goal?
So when I was the quartermaster, this one seemed good because it allowed him to take 2 of these cards from each search, but I still managed to do it. So I had Wishes of the Richest. I needed to end the game with 8 loot cards in my hand, not including anything that was equipped. And it must have included 4 from the lists of gemstones, which I have 2, titanium bars, which I have 1, and trinkets and baubles, which I have another 1, and then the other 3 is random. However, I couldn't have in my hand more than 2 food or 2 fuel cards. Hence why I was ditching every bit of food that I was coming across.
That's interesting. So you've completed yours.
Yes.
So that's victory for you as well. And now we come to mine. Have I completed my goal? So my one was called Fueling the Fires. I had to end the game with at least 2 fuel canisters in hand and no more than 2 damage. Well, I've only got 2 damage, and I've actually got 5 extra health from an ally token that I found. But I have no fuel in hand. None whatsoever. I've got plasma cutters, a scattergun shot, a mastercrafted pistol. So guns I have aplenty, but no fuel. I couldn't find fuel. It was really funny as well. When I was going around helping kill everything out so we could find what we needed. And then eventually when I got to the point where I was right, now I need to start searching to find some stuff. I went into there. It was an anti-gravity thing that didn't allow you to search. I then went into the mess hall. This was just randomly determined, where you can only find food, which Carla needed. Then I went into the galley. You can only find food there. It's like, oh my god, is there any fuel anywhere in the ship?
Well, I ditched about 2 fuel.
So did I.
And then I went into another room and then found a gun. Next room, found another gun. It's like, oh, I'm never going to find this. And as it happened, I didn't.
I mean, I'll also say that we keep saying we ditched fuel. You can't just ditch things out of your hand. The game basically considers everything in your backpack or in your hand as treasure.
Yeah.
So if you throw it away, you affect... you make
Morale.
people disgruntled, essentially. You affect morale. So you can't just ditch. You have to kind of come away with
We are
ways,
pirates after all.
Yeah, with ways of ditching. So when we said that, it's when we reveal we're not picking the things like the food or the fuel, or we are discarding it in legitimate ways that don't affect morale.
You can have a look at the ship. That's how the ship is panned out. We've obviously explored quite a broad section of the
Yeah,
ship.
we got all the rooms out. But yeah, we ended the game with not finding one command center.
I know.
They're all down here.
Yeah.
So we find out. So training facility, communications, Medbear. Officer's Mess.
Are they all up there?
Command center. Well, we've got the cell block over here right next to the weapons locker. Seems like a great idea there. And 2 command centers right next to each other.
I think all 3 are.
Oh my god. So this is a big command center. Well, it almost looks like a, what is it, Space Invaders ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. But wasn't that always the gun on the Space Invaders?
Yeah. Well, there you go. If you guys are interested in Into the Black from I Will Never Grow Up games, go have a look on Kickstarter. I'll put a link below in the show notes with the video description, and you can hopefully it'll take you straight to the Kickstarter, and you can go have a look. Obviously, James will put up the rules and the components and stuff that are more relevant to what the game will look like when it comes out. So if you're interested, please go check it out. It's a pretty fun game.
Yeah,
And,
I liked it.
Well, there you go. There's nothing more to say other than go check it out. And thanks for watching. See you later.